camp, Camp Simmons, over in Greenwich, that was in need of repair. There's an administration building there that was in disrepair from winters, and there's damage on the siding panels. So I went over there and looked at it and said, you know, this is a great opportunity to fix it up. So I got wood donations and paint, and had to clean the house and then repaint it, replace the panels. So it was a good project. I'm really proud of it.
When he laid out the project, you know, he laid it out. He was real professional about it, and you know, had done a good job scripting it up. But I mean, I had an inkling too that it was more tedious and it was going to take more time. And in fact, I think it did, but I think, again, to Dan's credit, what was really cool, says a lot about him and the Eagle Scout program, was he was totally committed to it. You know, the dedication came through, the whole part about teamwork came through, where he did get the help from his friends, so to speak, to finish the job. I think this was an Eagle Scout that wasn't going to, you know, half do it or throw in the towel. I think it says a lot about him and his character that not only did he do it, but he did it the way it was supposed to be done.
Well, I'm glad I took a project that really required a lot of responsibility, and I think that I learned a lot in the process. And looking back, I can say that I took on that challenge, and it was a great accomplishment.
Andrew Diddell was the Eagle Scout, and his project was, well, when we originally met, we weren't sure what his project was going to be. And after I met him and saw his capability, I then decided and talked him into helping us with our fundraiser called Putting on the Dog. And boy, did he help us with our fundraiser.
We ended up working out that I would assemble a team to take care of all the setup, maintenance, and cleanup demands of their Putting on the Dog show at Roger Sherman Baldwin Park, where it's pretty much like their biggest event of the year, where they just bring a lot of attraction to the dogs and cats, and just really bring a lot of focus to like the goals and the meaning of the organization. For our project, the main goal is just to help out the organization, just take out any stress that we could with any like moving crews and stuff like that. And so we worked with all like the fencing and like all the tables and tents and chairs and everything around the entire park, and just work with them so that they would eliminate as many costs as they could, and therefore take the money and use it to help out the dogs, which was the main goal.
He was so organized. He was so determined, and he didn't skip a beat. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience.
It was like I was really climbing the hill to get up to the beginning of the project, making sure everything was planned out right, making sure I covered all the details. But once I got to the date of the project, everything just went so smoothly because all the work really paid off, and it was just really great to figure that out. That I mean, things aren't always going to be as difficult as we might initially think. So it's definitely a lesson that I'll take with me probably for the rest of my life, and just know that the reward is generally always worth the work, and things pay off if you put your time and effort into it.
Well, the project was resurface a driveway at the Gimbel Sanctuary. Gimbel Sanctuary is the third largest piece of property that Audubon owns in the town. And this particular property, the driveway had ruts in it. We had an erosion problem there in the driveway. And when he saw that, and he came with his mom and with his dad, and that's the perfect project that he was going to do.
So I took a look at the place, and I noticed that there were some severe problems with erosion. I outlined the objectives as having to fill the parking lot. That was the primary objective, and then the other objectives were mainly to just make the place look better. We actually decided to raise the whole grade of the entire parking lot. It used to be below the road level, now it's above the road level, and there's a little curb there to keep the water from the street running down the street where it belongs and not into the lot. I thought that was one of the better outcomes of the entire project. But what really changed it was when people came by while we were finishing up and complimented on how much better it looked. And that was when I really started to appreciate what I had done for the residents of the area. And that was really what made me really appreciate the scope and the magnitude of the project.
He saw it initially as a problem, what the problem was with the driveway, but then when he understood what the cause was, he went and tackled the cause of the problem. So therefore, you end up with a nice project and you end up with a solution. And I think for him to actually find a solution to the problem and to tackle it and to solve it was amazing benefit to Audubon. So we were really pleased to have it done.
Project in the Scout, Anthony Sabia, fits the mode of a true Eagle Scout perfectly, especially in the town of Greenwich. Now, Greenwich is a town that prides itself on volunteerism, and here is an individual who, for his Eagle Scout project, was able to actually do a project that benefited the entire community. Tremendous.
My project was to remark the telephone poles that show where the fire hydrants are in Byram, because I had helped with that project in the past, and the paint that was used was not the right kind of paint, and it was faded, and it wasn't helpful anymore. So I went and McDermott donated all the paint, and we remarked it, and they came out really good. For when it's like raining or not very good visibility, the markings tell them exactly where the poles are with a different system of lines and dashes.
As firefighters are approaching with their fire apparatus, they can visibly look at the pole, which obviously is not going to get covered by snow and obscured, and they can actually identify the location of that hydrant. So they can identify it as they come in, they can attach to the hydrant, they can get the water that they need into their fire truck and provide water for the scene of a fire, which is what we need to put that fire out. It's
done a lot for me leadership-wise. The project, it helped me become a better leader for wrestling when I was a captain, and it has really done a lot for me to make me a better person. I've hired numerous Eagle Scouts over the course of my career. In fact, we have 4 firefighters at the Fire Academy now that we have just hired, and 3 of the 4 are Eagle Scouts. And I have never gone wrong in hiring an Eagle Scout because of their sense of duty, their sense of responsibility. Everything that this Eagle Scout project is designed to bring out from an individual, these individuals possess for a lifetime. And I've never gone wrong in hiring one.